In the vast history of American coinage, some treasures appear ordinary at first glance, yet hide fortunes within their copper skin. One such coin is the legendary 1953 wheat penny, a simple 1-cent piece that was once passed from hand to hand without a second thought. Minted during a time when America was rising from the shadows of war into an era of hope and prosperity, this small coin carries with it stories of history, craftsmanship, and unimaginable value. What makes it extraordinary is not just its age, but its rarity in pristine condition, and the fact that hidden varieties and errors have turned this humble penny into a potential gateway to millionaire status. The 1953 wheat penny belongs to the iconic Lincoln Wheat Cent series, first introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln on the centennial of his birth. For decades, the wheat stalks on the reverse symbolized strength, growth, and the hard work of the American people. By 1953, this design had already become a piece of American tradition, a reminder of the nation's resilience. Millions were struck in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco that year, but the truth is simple. Most of those coins vanished into circulation, worn down in daily use, leaving only a precious few survivors in untouched gem mint state. Now here's where the magic begins. Imagine finding a 1953 wheat penny with sharp edges, blazing luster, and not a single fingerprint of time upon it. Such a coin doesn't just hold historical beauty. It holds financial power. Collectors today have been known to pay staggering sums for coins that look as if they were frozen in time. A common penny in pocket change might be worth a cent, but a 1953 wheat cent in near-perfect, million condition could carry a price tag that climbs into the unimaginable, some estimates soaring into the millions at elite auctions. And this is not fantasy. This is the reality of how the numismatic world rewards perfection. Part of what makes the 1953 penny so alluring is the presence of errors and varieties. During minting, any small misstep, such as a double die, off-center strike, or repunched mint mark, could create a unique coin unlike any other. These flawed beauties are like fingerprints of history, no two exactly the same, each carrying a story that collectors chase with burning passion. A single mistake from the U.S. Mint, preserved on copper, can turn a penny into a once-in-a-lifetime discovery worth hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars in today's high-stakes market. Think of the journey. In 1953, someone may have bought a loaf of bread with this coin. A child may have clutched it tightly on the way to a candy store. A soldier returning home may have slipped it into his pocket as a token of good luck. Decades later, that same coin might rest in a collector's velvet case. No longer just money, but a treasure that tells the story of America's past while promising wealth to its holder. Every scratch, every shine, every preserved detail whispers across time, connecting ordinary lives with extraordinary fortune. And here's the part that grips the imagination. You might already hold one of these treasures without even knowing it. Buried in old jars, tucked away in drawers, or hidden in inherited collections, 1953 wheat pennies continue to appear in the most unexpected places. To the untrained eye, it's just another penny. But to a collector who recognizes its rarity, it is a life-changing opportunity. That 1-cent coin could be the key that unlocks wealth beyond comprehension, transforming an ordinary day into a once-in-a-lifetime event. Collectors across the globe hunt relentlessly for these coins because they are more than copper. They are art. They are history, and they are fortune wrapped in a circle no larger than a fingertip. The passion for the Lincoln Wheat Cent burns as brightly today as it did decades ago. And within this passion lies fierce competition, with collectors and investors willing to bid astronomical sums at auctions to secure these rarities. When a hammer falls, it is not uncommon to witness jaws drop at the figures these coins command, figures that can rival the worth of luxury cars, houses, or even entire estates. So what does this mean for you? It means that the next time you come across a penny, especially one from 1953, you must not dismiss it. You must hold it to the light, study its surface, and treasure the possibility that you could be holding a fortune in your hand. To spend it carelessly would be to throw away destiny itself. The 1953 wheat penny is not just money, it is magic. It is the bridge between the ordinary and the extraordinary, between the everyday and the unimaginable. In the end, the 1953 wheat penny stands as a timeless reminder. Wealth does not always come in gold or silver. Sometimes it hides in the humblest form, a small copper coin waiting patiently for the right eyes to recognize its brilliance. And if you're lucky enough to discover one of these rare gems, then remember this. You're not just holding a penny, you are holding the power to rewrite your fortune overnight. The second up, the 1951 wheat penny, a simple copper cent that was never meant to be rare, never meant to be extraordinary, and yet today it carries the weight of unimaginable wealth. Born in an era when America was reshaping itself after the trials of the 1940s, this coin traveled through the pockets of workers, soldiers, students, and dreamers. Most who held it never looked twice. But those who understand the world of numismatics know that a 1951 wheat penny in flawless, untouched, million condition can change a life overnight, turning an ordinary coin into a ticket to fortune. The 1951 wheat penny is part of the legendary Lincoln Wheat Cent series, first introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln. On the obverse, the familiar bust of Lincoln stands as a symbol of freedom and resilience, while the reverse displays two stalks of wheat, simple yet powerful emblems of American growth and prosperity. By 1951, the wheat design was already a household image, deeply woven into the fabric of American coinage. Millions upon millions of these coins were struck at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints, but the secret lies not in how many were made. It lies in how few have survived in perfect, uncirculated brilliance. Imagine holding one of these rare survivors. A coin with its copper-red luster, still glowing as if it just left the mint presses in 1951. No scratches, no fingerprints, no dulling of its surface, only perfection sealed in time. While the average 1951 penny may only be worth its face value, those rare pieces preserved in untouched condition can command staggering sums. Auction records have shown that these coins can climb into the tens of thousands, even crossing into the millions under the right circumstances. What seems like a penny to some can, in truth, be the foundation of unimaginable wealth for the fortunate collector who discovers it. But the true allure of the 1951 wheat penny doesn't rest only in pristine condition. It also lies in the world of minting errors and varieties. The U.S. Mint, with all its precision, was still a human endeavor, and mistakes often slipped through. A double die, a misaligned strike, an off-center impression, or a repunched mint mark could create a coin that is utterly unique, unlike any other in existence. These mistakes, instead of diminishing the value, make the coin even more desirable. Collectors crave these anomalies, and when they appear on a 1951 penny, the value can skyrocket to numbers that leave jaws dropped at auction houses. Think about the journey of these coins. In 1951, this penny could have bought a handful of candy, a newspaper, or been slipped into a child's piggy bank. It may have traveled across states, tucked into the pockets of families during a time when America was experiencing post-war prosperity and change. Each coin has a story, silent, untold, but deeply tied to the history of the people who used it. Today, those same pennies resurface not as forgotten change, but as artifacts of history and objects of immense value, linking us directly to the everyday lives of Americans more than 70 years ago. The excitement comes from the possibility that such a coin may still be hidden in plain sight, in dusty jars of old change, in the bottom of forgotten drawers, or in collections passed down through generations. A 1951 wheat penny of astonishing value may be waiting to be discovered. To the untrained eye, it is just a copper coin worth 1 cent. But to someone who recognizes its rarity, it is nothing short of a miracle, an opportunity to step into a new world of wealth and prestige. It is this possibility that keeps collectors and treasure hunters scanning through piles of pennies with hopeful eyes. Numismatics, the study and collection of coins, thrives on this very passion. Collectors around the world understand that the value of the 1951 wheat penny is not only financial, it is emotional and historical. To own one is to hold a piece of America's legacy, a symbol of Lincoln, of agriculture, of resilience, and of post-war progress. When such a coin appears at auction, the atmosphere electrifies. Bidding wars ignite, prices soar, and the final sale often leaves audiences stunned, as a small copper penny claims a price equal to luxury cars, rare jewelry, or even a family home. And this is where the story turns personal. If you by chance hold a 1951 wheat penny, do not dismiss it as ordinary. Examine it carefully, treasure it, and recognize the possibility it carries. Spending it would be a tragedy. Selling it cheaply would be a mistake. Within that coin lies the power to rewrite your future, to elevate you from the ordinary to the extraordinary, from a passerby in history to a keeper of fortune. This is the power that a rare coin possesses, the power to change destiny overnight. In the end, the 1951 wheat penny is more than just a coin. It is a legend in copper. It is proof that greatness often hides in the simplest of places, waiting patiently for the right eyes to see its worth. For those fortunate enough to find one in pristine, million-dollar condition, it is not just money. It is magic, history, and fortune combined into a small, humble circle of metal. And if you ever stumble upon one, remember, you are not holding just a penny. You are holding the key to unimaginable wealth and a piece of America's eternal story.